Next up, we have an interview with Mr. Smith, Principal Smith, that is, and he talked to the incoming 8th graders, and they had a lot of tables set up around the cafeteria. So we're gonna get a little insight on what happened and how to go.
Hi, I'm Abigail from the Eagle's Eye. I am with Mr. Smith, the principal of the high school. How are you?
Wonderful. Good morning.
Good morning. I believe something happened last night. It's called Winterfest. What is it?
Well, Winterfest is a chance for 8th graders and their families to come up and see what the high school has to offer. The idea is for the parents, since we're going through course selection, it's the first time that they're going through course selection for high school. The idea was for them to be able to talk to teachers that are actually teaching our classes. So we had every content area represented, but we also had various clubs, activities, and sports organizations represented as well.
Now, an estimate, how many clubs do you think were there?
I'm going to say there were about 20 clubs there, so probably about half of what we offer here at the high school.
Can you list some of the clubs that were there?
We had the Breast Cancer Awareness Club, we had the Spanish Club, we had, what else, the Scribbler, we had the Art Club, the National Art Honor Society. It was across the board.
How many students and parents were there, do you think?
Well, I'm just going to guess right now. I didn't really count or add up our sign-in sheets. I'm going to say there were somewhere between 200 and 225 potential 8th graders with their families. So we had a pretty large crowd.
What do you think this says about the future freshmen that are coming into the high school? Do you think they're going to be involved with their clubs and get into the clubs?
Well, I think it's very important for us to have as much communication as possible with 8th graders while they're transitioning to high school. And I think it's an awesome opportunity for the sponsors of our clubs, our activities, and our athletic programs to collect this information so they can make contact during the summer. It's also very important that they're making educated decisions and informed decisions about their courses for next year.
Do you think this whole thing was successful in showing the 8th graders that there are different clubs than the middle school was?
I think it was very successful, and I think it's great to expose them to what we actually offer here. And it's different. Seeing it is much different than reading about it in online or in a publication.
Now, why do you think the Winterfest is important?
I think it's very important for transition. As we're going through school, there's all kinds of transitions that we make. So we go from kindergarten to 1st grade, and then we go from elementary school to middle school, and we go from middle school to high school, and then we'll go from high school to college or work. And I happen to believe that the most difficult transition is 8th to 9th grade. So it's very important to to get to know our 8th graders as early as possible, so that when they come here, they sort of feel tucked in and they feel like they're a part of the school.
Has this happened every year, or?
Well, this is my 2nd year, and this is the 2nd year that we've had Winterfest. I've heard that we haven't, Norristown didn't really do anything quite like this. And so with the help of the teachers and the coaches and the sponsors of clubs and activities, that's why it was successful. Them taking their time to be here at night and speak to our 8th graders. And also, the 8th grade teachers and the 8th grade administrators for talking it up and letting the parents know that it was something very important.
Do you think this is going to happen every year into the future?
Absolutely. We probably doubled our attendance this year, and if we could double our attendance next year, that means that we would have every potential 8th grader here in the building for Winterfest.
That's awesome.
Great.
Is there anything else you'd like to add?
No, I would just like to thank everyone that was involved to make it successful. Students, teachers, parents. It was a great night, and I'm looking forward to it for next year.
I'm Abigail from the Eagle's Eye. I just talked to Mr. Smith about the Winterfest. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Back to the hosts.